Welcome to the Pretty and Profiting Show, your favorite show for branding, beauty, business, and the truth of how to be a boss lady and build your empire. Pause the show right now and grab your free gift at profitablepersonalbrand.com/hot. It's a workbook and audio training on 5 high-performing strategies to dominate your market and add an extra $1,000 to $10,000 to your bottom line. And now, your host. She's a fierce, creative freaking genius who is known by many as Nikki Hustle. Nicole K. Lundy.
Hey everybody, this is your host, your fabulous host, Nicole K. Lundy. It's another episode of the Pretty and Profiting Show, and today I am going to tell you how to make 2015 your best year yet in 4 steps. 4 steps. So let's dive in. Number 1, you need to develop a plan. So my philosophy is this. You need to have a framework, a rolling framework for the next 12 to 18 months in your business. But your detailed plan needs to be for the next 90 days. And here's why. There's so many opportunities. There's so many people you will meet in every 90-day period that if you have this hardcore plan that cannot be budged, cannot be touched, then you're pretty stuck. You cannot maximize the relationship. You can't maximize the new opportunity. You can't maximize a new collaboration. You can't maximize getting a new speaking gig because you're so locked and loaded with no room for flexibility. So when you develop a plan with the framework for 12 to 18 months, with the next 90 days being very detailed, then you can grow and be flexible with business. Listen, this is one of the best reasons for being the CEO of your own business and not being a cog in the wheel in a corporation. Because we are more agile, we are more flexible, we can move faster, we can make decisions faster, we can implement on the fly. So yes, planning helps. It eliminates the roller coaster-ness of being in business. And when I say roller coaster, I mean roller coaster in clients, opportunities, your income, roller coaster in every single aspect. So planning, writing down your goals, making sure that you have a plan to achieve your objectives, clear action items for the next 90 days, and even for the next 12 months. Because when you have a framework, sometimes it takes time to make a project come to fruition. So what can you do now if you want to have something in January 2016? What do you need to do now? What needs to be in place? So develop your plan, have the action items to execute your plan, and review regularly. Make time at the last week of every single month, block it out in your calendar, at least 3 hours of time, and review what's working, review what's not working so you can eliminate it, and review what needs a little course correction. Don't fall into the trap of thinking you can grow your business on the fly. No CEO is paid millions of dollars to build and operate a business on the fly. Get your plan together, develop it now so that 2015 is your best year yet. Number 2 is you need to have awesome people on your team. Do not keep underperforming team members in your stable just because you like them, just because they're your friend, just because you feel like if you get rid of them, then you're a disloyal, bad person, unfit to be a CEO. It's not true. It's your business. You have an obligation to be the CEO. You have an obligation to be a brand. So you have to have awesome, brilliant people on your team. Brilliant people who you know and you are clear about what are they really great at. I have people on my team who are great at certain things and not so great at other things. I'm not going to push them to do the things that they're not great at, because it hurts my brand if they produce something mediocre that they're just not strong at. But when I give them things that they're brilliant at, we're a well-oiled machine. So develop a plan to really maximize. So going back to number one, you want to develop a plan to really maximize your team members and the talents that they have. Now, the person that's always going to be on your team is you. So you need to know, listen, you're not excused. You need to know what you're good at and what you're horrible at. You are horrible at some things. Now, I know. If you're just starting out, you wear all the hats. I've been there, and I was there too long, in fact. And I was struggling trying to program Hootsuite to send tweets out instead of doing sales, instead of working on brand strategies with actual clients. I spent weeks, a whole week sometimes, coming up with tweets and stuff to send out. I'm not good at it. It was tedious. I wanted to poke a pencil in my eye. Literally. It's not where I thrive. It's not where I thrive. And energetically, I don't know. I'll leave that alone. Anyway, everybody on your team needs to be performing at peak levels. So today we're talking about how to make 2015 your best year yet in 4 steps. We just covered 2. After the break, we're going to cover the last 2. We'll be right back. Join the Pretty and Profiting Posse if you are a real deal woman entrepreneur creating wealth and making a global impact with your business. Represent yourself. Head on over to prettyandprofiting.com and get your merchandise. Profit in style. And we are back. So today we're talking about making 2015 your best year yet in 4 steps. So number 1 is all about developing your plan. Number 2 is having everybody on your team, yourself included, myself included, performing in their genius. In their genius, no exceptions. So let's talk about number 3. Number 3 is you need to have systems for everything. So when my mom went on life support a few months ago, I had to cancel all of my client contracts. There were so many things that I only knew what to do. It wasn't I never made the time to write the steps out and have Emily add it to our operations and systems manual. That when, I spent 3 weeks at the hospital basically with limited internet access, and my business almost completely shut down. I didn't have systems for everything. I had systems for what my team members were doing, but not everything was in there. And I took it for granted that, if one of my team members needs to go on vacation or take maternity leave, I'll still be around. And I learned the hard way that that's not always the case. Systems for everything. Everything. You shouldn't be the only person that knows how to get into your Twitter. You shouldn't be the only person that knows how to send out a newsletter. You just shouldn't. Somebody should be able to step in, even if you have to, you have to call somebody and they have to record what you want to say in the newsletter. Whatever it takes. But if there's no system, everybody is lost. Nobody can jump in and fill in the gap. So the other thing about systems is when you have great systems, you have great results. Horrible systems, horrible results. To do things faster, efficiently, for everybody to be operating at a high level, high productivity, they have to be knowing what they're doing. There has to be a step-by-step system. Every team member that comes on, whether it's an intern or a regular employee or a contractor, you need to be able to train them fast and efficiently. if you're spending a lot of time answering 100 questions that anybody who's in that position needs to know, and it's not in the operations manual, it's a waste of time. That time that you think is, throwaway time, you have an hour to answer these questions, could be in a systems manual. That could be you prospecting and getting new clients into the funnel, into the door. So don't underestimate systems. It's not this fun and sexy, New Year's Eve type of thing for your business, but it's necessary. It's critical. So systems forever, ever, everything. Deliberate stuttering. So lastly, the last step is that you need to have metrics and track what's going on in your business. Track how everything is performing. Your financials, your prospecting, your classes, your social media, your articles, your events, your speaking, your whatever. It needs to be tracked. Because if your assistant, if I know Emily is spending 5 hours a week publishing articles that I've written on branding, business, entrepreneurship, whatever, and we don't know how those articles are performing, we don't know if we're building our community, that's 5 hours that could be going to something else that's working, that's actually meeting our targets. So, metrics. You don't want to waste time. You will go belly up if you're spending money on things that aren't working. You need to know what's not working very fast so you can correct it. You need to know what's working really good so you can expand it. So quick review before we go, because I want to make sure that 2015 is your best year yet. I'm committed to it and I will make sure that it happens. So develop your plan. Have brilliant people doing their brilliance in your business. Have systems for everything and metrics for everything. Track your performance. Nicole K. Lundy, your host. It's 2015. I'm ready to kill it with you. I'll see you on the next episode. Bye. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Pretty and Profiting. Want to learn more about me and what I do? Head on over to profitablepersonalbrand.com. Also, I have a super juicy giveaway for one lucky show subscriber. If you want to enter, you just have to do 2 simple things. 1, subscribe to the show. 2, leave a review on iTunes or Stitcher, and you'll be entered into this month's $25 Sephora gift card giveaway. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time, stay pretty and stack those profits.